Have you ever thought something as simple as eggs could actually be putting your health at risk? Most of us grew up believing eggs are one of the healthiest foods we can eat, full of protein, vitamins, and good fats. And that's true, but only if we're handling them the right way. As we get older, our bodies become a little more sensitive. The foods that used to work for us in our 30s or 40s might not sit as well in our 60s or 70s. And the way we cook or store something as basic as eggs could quietly start causing problems, without us even realizing it. In this video, I want to walk you through 5 common mistakes people often make with eggs. Some of these might surprise you, especially if you've been eating eggs the same way for decades. But once you understand these little habits, you can keep enjoying your morning eggs without worrying about hidden health risks. If you've ever wondered whether the way you cook or store eggs really matters, or if you've just started noticing your body reacts differently than it used to, stay with me. I promise this will be simple, practical, and worth your time. And before we dive in, just let me know in the comments, how do you usually cook your eggs? I'd love to hear it. Now let's get started. 1. Overcooking eggs. Many people don't think twice about how long they cook their eggs, they just go by how it looks or tastes. A little browning, a crispy edge, or a fully set yolk might seem just right. But here's something most people don't realize. Cooking eggs at high heat or for too long can actually make them less healthy. When eggs are overcooked, whether they're fried until brown, scrambled at high heat, or boiled until the yolk turns gray, they go through a process called oxidation. That's when the natural cholesterol in the egg starts to break down and form harmful compounds. And for someone in their 60s or older, that matters. It can quietly contribute to inflammation, heart problems, and slower digestion, all things that become more important with age. There's also the smell. You know that strong sulfur-like scent that comes from overboiled eggs? That's not just unpleasant. It's a sign that the nutrients in the egg have been damaged. Let me give you an example. Robert, age 76, used to fry his eggs every morning until they had a nice crisp around the edges. He thought it made them taste better. But after a few years, he started noticing more frequent heartburn and felt sluggish after breakfast. After learning about the effects of overcooking, he switched to low-heat cooking, soft scrambling, and gentle boiling. Within a few weeks, he felt more energetic, had fewer stomach issues, and even said his mind felt clearer. The good news is you don't have to stop eating eggs. You just have to be a little more gentle with how you cook them. Soft-boiled, poached, or low-heat scrambled eggs are all great options. They help keep the nutrients intact and reduce the chance of harmful changes. So if you've been using high heat for years, maybe thinking it brings out the flavor, try easing off the heat a little. Your body will notice, and chances are you'll feel the difference too. 2. Eating raw or undercooked eggs. Let's talk about something that a lot of people still believe, that eating eggs raw gives you more nutrition. Maybe you've seen someone crack a raw egg into a smoothie or drink one down for extra protein. It might seem harmless, even healthy, but for older adults, this habit can actually be risky. Raw or undercooked eggs can carry salmonella, a type of bacteria that can cause serious food poisoning. And while a younger person might recover in a day or two, for someone over 60, it's a different story. As we age, the immune system naturally slows down. That means it's harder to fight off infections, and a small problem can turn into something much more serious. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 68 and had a morning routine she loved. A smoothie with a raw egg blended in. She'd been doing it for years and felt like it gave her more energy. But one day, after drinking her smoothie, she felt nauseous. A few hours later, she had stomach cramps and couldn't keep anything down. The diagnosis? Salmonella. She was shocked. The eggs looked clean, and she always bought organic. But even clean-looking eggs can carry bacteria inside. After that experience, she made a simple switch. Fully cooked eggs only. And guess what? She still got all the same nutrients without the risk. There's another thing about raw eggs many people don't know. They contain a natural compound called avidin. It blocks your body from absorbing biotin, which is a B vitamin that helps with energy, nerve function, and even the health of your skin and hair. When you cook the egg, avidin is deactivated, and your body can finally take in the biotin it needs. Some people believe that if eggs are organic or pasture-raised, they're safe to eat raw. But the truth is, bacteria don't care where the egg came from. Any egg, even a fresh-looking one, can carry salmonella. If you love runny yolks, the safer choice is to use pasteurized eggs. But honestly, for the best protection, just make sure your eggs are cooked all the way through. So if you've ever dipped toast into a runny egg or snuck a taste of raw cookie dough, you're not alone. But it might be time to rethink the habit, especially if your health matters to you. A small change here could save you from a big health scare later. 3. Storing cooked eggs improperly. Now here's something most people don't even think about: how you store your eggs after they've been cooked. It's easy to forget that once an egg is cooked, it still needs to be handled carefully. But if it's not stored the right way, it can actually become dangerous to eat. Here's the deal. Once eggs cool down, they can still attract bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli, especially if they're left sitting out too long. The danger zone, where bacteria grow the fastest, is between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. If your eggs are sitting out on the counter even just for a couple of hours, they can quickly reach that temperature. This becomes even more important as we age, because our digestive systems aren't as strong as they used to be. What might just cause a mild upset in someone younger could turn into a serious illness for someone in their 60s or 70s. Take George, for example. He's 72 and liked to prepare a big batch of scrambled eggs every Monday to save time during the week. He'd leave them in the fridge, but in a loosely covered bowl. A few times he noticed some stomach discomfort, but he didn't connect it to the eggs. Eventually, after talking with his doctor, he realized his storage method might be the problem. He started storing eggs in airtight containers, making smaller batches, and eating them within a few days. Just like that, his stomach issues disappeared. Here's what you should know. Cooked eggs should be refrigerated within 2 hours. Use airtight containers, no open bowls or loose covers. Hard-boiled eggs are good for up to 1 week. Scrambled or fried eggs, try to eat them within 3 to 4 days. And don't store them near raw meat or unwashed produce. Cross-contamination is real. Also, reheating matters. Microwaving cold eggs straight out of the fridge can make them rubbery and tasteless, or worse, unevenly heated. If you're going to reheat eggs, try doing it slowly over low heat on the stove. Add a splash of water or broth to keep them soft and moist. If you're in a hurry and need to use the microwave, do it in short bursts, stirring gently in between. Proper storage may seem like a small thing, but it makes a big difference in how your body reacts to what you eat. And honestly, you deserve to enjoy your food without worrying about getting sick from it. 4. Using expired or cracked eggs without realizing it. Let's be honest. We've all opened the fridge, seen an egg carton sitting there, and thought, they're probably still good. Maybe you gave the egg a quick sniff, maybe not. But here's the thing. Even if an egg looks okay on the outside, it could still be a health risk, especially if you're over 60. As we get older, our bodies can't bounce back from foodborne illness the way they used to. That means something as simple as a bad egg could lead to a serious case of food poisoning, or even a hospital stay. And it's not just about spoiled eggs. Even a small crack in the shell can let bacteria sneak in long before you notice anything's wrong. Take Evelyn. She's 74 and always thought she had a pretty good eye and nose for freshness. One morning, she cracked an egg into her pan and noticed a slight odor, but brushed it off. The egg looked normal enough. She cooked it, ate it, and by afternoon, she was curled up in bed with stomach cramps. After a trip to urgent care, she learned that the egg had gone bad. She didn't think something so ordinary could make her feel that awful. So how do you make sure your eggs are still safe to eat? It's actually easier than you might think. Do the water test. Gently place an egg in a glass of cold water. If it sinks and lays flat on its side, it's fresh. If it stands upright, still okay, but use it soon. If it floats, toss it. No questions asked. Check for cracks. If an egg has even a tiny crack in the shell, don't risk it. Bacteria like Salmonella can slip right through those hairline fractures. Don't rely only on expiration dates. Sometimes eggs spoil before that printed date, especially if they weren't stored properly during transport or in the store. On the flip side, well-stored eggs can sometimes last a little longer. That's why the water test is so handy. Also, make sure you're storing your eggs in the coldest part of the fridge, not the door. The temperature there fluctuates every time you open and close it, and eggs do best in a stable, cold environment. Bottom line, don't guess. A few extra seconds checking an egg's freshness can save you days of discomfort. And honestly, why take a chance? You've got better things to do than battle food poisoning. 5. Using unhealthy cooking oils. Let's talk about something that might seem small but can have a big impact on your health. The type of cooking oil you use when making your eggs. Many people have been taught to reach for vegetable oils like canola or soybean oil because they're affordable and common in most kitchens. But here's the thing. These seed oils contain substances that can cause inflammation in your body. And inflammation, that's one of those silent problems that sneaks up on us as we age, contributing to joint pain, heart issues, and even affecting brain health. I want to share a quick story about a man named Frank. He's a regular guy in his 70s, living in a small town in the Midwest. For years, Frank cooked his eggs with vegetable oil without thinking twice. One day, after chatting with a friend who's a nutritionist, he learned about how those oils might be doing more harm than good. So, he decided to make a switch from vegetable oil to olive oil. At first, he was worried it might change the taste or that it might be too expensive. But guess what? He loved the richer flavor, and after a few weeks, he noticed he felt less stiff in the mornings and his digestion improved. The good news is this kind of swap is easy to do. Instead of reaching for seed oils, try cooking your eggs in butter, olive oil, or avocado oil. These fats are not only delicious but also support your heart health and reduce inflammation. Plus, they add a nice, natural flavor that makes your breakfast even better. So, it's not about giving up eggs or avoiding fats altogether. It's about choosing the right ones to keep your body feeling strong and healthy as the years go by. Small changes like this can really add up to big benefits over time. What really matters isn't just what you eat, but also how you prepare it. Eggs are a fantastic source of nutrition, but if you cook them with the wrong oils or at too high a temperature, they can lose their benefits and even cause inflammation in your body. Making small changes in how you cook eggs can have a big impact on your health over time, helping you get the most out of this nutritious food. Now that we've talked about these common mistakes, take a minute to think about how you've been cooking and eating your eggs. Even though eggs are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, little changes like how you store them, how long you cook them, and what oils you use can make a big difference between supporting your health and accidentally causing harm. If you usually cook your eggs on high heat, try lowering it a bit to keep more nutrients intact and avoid damaging the fats. If you've been eating them raw or only slightly cooked, consider cooking them fully to reduce any risk of illness. Proper storage matters too. Keeping eggs refrigerated and checking for cracks or freshness helps keep you safe. One of the simplest but most important switches you can make is using healthy oils like olive or avocado oil instead of seed oils, which can cause inflammation. Your body relies on the food you give it to stay strong, energetic, and healthy, so these small changes in how you prepare your eggs can truly help your overall well-being. Remember, it's not about giving up eggs. It's about enjoying them in a way that benefits your body the most while lowering any risks. Thanks for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one thing you learned and how you might change the way you eat eggs. Your thoughts mean a lot and keep us inspired to bring you helpful tips. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and share so we can keep creating content that helps you live your healthiest life. Looking forward to seeing you next time.